There is a huge update across all hospitalization policies here in Singapore, and in this video we are going to talk about what it is, how different it will be from your old policies, and how it will impact you. Because trust me, it will affect you and your loved ones. What is up, Money Hearts? In this video we are going to talk about the new Cancer Drug List, or CDL for short. Let's start with what the CDL is. It's a list of cancer drugs that have been clinically proven to be effective in treatment as well as cost efficient. The most important part about the CDL is this. Only the treatment drugs in this CDL can be claimed using your MediSave, MediShield Life and your integrated shield plans. The good news is, as of the time this video is being filmed, more than 90% of the drugs being approved by the Health Sciences Authority are inside this CDL. So don't worry, it's still quite a comprehensive list. But the main worry is if you need the drugs that are not inside the list, which is rare but not impossible. If that happens, you might not be able to claim for your cancer treatment. Towards the end of the video, I will talk about what you can do to solve the issue and adapt to the new changes. So stick to the end. What are the differences between the new regulations and the old ones? Previously, most insurance companies provide as-charged policies for your hospitalization bills, which means whatever hospitalization bills you incur, you are able to claim the full amount subject to co-payment. But with the new CDL in place, things are a little bit different. Firstly, you have to check whether the drug you need to use is inside the CDL. And if it is, there is a new limit on how much you can claim for it. So yes, your hospitalization policies are no longer as charged when it comes to cancer treatment. Here's a brief description of how the new model will work. We will take reference from MediShield Life. In the event that you need to claim for cancer treatment and the drug you use is in the CDL, you can claim from a range to $200 to $9,600 per month depending on the drug used. If you have an integrated shield plan from a private insurer, and I strongly recommend you to get one if you don't, because if you haven't realized it, hospitalization in Singapore is expensive. Private insurers will cover you a higher limit when compared to MediShield Life. It can be 2 times the MediShield Life limit, up to 12 times the MediShield Life limit. I won't talk about which companies offer more because I want to be as neutral as possible, and also because if I were to do a comprehensive comparison, this video would take like 1 hour. Okay, maybe not 1 hour, but really long. If you think that cancer treatment is important in your hospitalization policy, it will be good to do your research beforehand. And if you are wondering, yes, this will affect your existing hospitalization policies as well. So it's not a case of, oh, I got my policy early, so I'm not affected by the new changes. Unfortunately, yes, you are. It applies to everyone that has an integrated shield plan. So when are the changes coming? If you already have an integrated shield plan and your renewal date is after April 2023, then the change will take place on your renewal date. If your renewal date is before April 2023, the change will take place on October 2023. So for example, if your policy is due every January, the new changes will take place in October 2023. What if I want to use a drug that is off-label or not in the CDL? Well, there are a few options. The easiest one is to get a rider for your integrated shield plan. Most insurance companies provide cover for off-label drugs, but you have to get a rider, and there is also a limit on how much you can claim for those. The limit varies across insurance companies, so I'm not going to go in depth about that. Ask your financial consultant about it. The second option is to increase your critical illness coverage. Now, I'm not a big fan of this solution because effectively we are increasing our insurance premium to make up for the loss of the as charged function in our hospitalization policies. So it doesn't feel good. But most of us are undercovered when it comes to critical illness anyway, so why not take this time to review your critical illness coverage? Now, do I like the new changes? Not really, to be honest. It is a lot simpler to have as charged policies and not worry about treatment. And I used to be really confident when I tell my clients, if you get an as charged policy, you can fully focus on recovery and not worry about medical cost. Because all you have to fork out is the co-payment, right? But now I won't be as confident to say that. Of course, I understand that these changes are necessary to keep the treatment costs and insurance premiums affordable over the long term, because with as charged policies, these can get out of control. Because you can be charged for drug X, which costs twice as much as drug Y for the same cancer, and you will still take it because you don't know anything about cancer treatment and all you want to do is to get healed, right? So these changes can control that from happening. What I hope for is to have the limits adjusted for inflation over time. So if a drug costs N dollars per month, it should not exceed the amount that you can claim under your integrated shield plan. Of course, there are lots of factors affecting this. Things like medical inflation, government policies, profit margin of insurance companies, and many more. But I do sincerely hope that we can all work towards one goal, and that is for people to not worry about medical costs. Because getting an integrated shield plan is a huge indication that a person wants to take responsibility for his financial health and remove that particular worry from his life. So we should work hard to make sure that he or she doesn't have to worry about it. So now that you know more about the new changes coming to your hospitalization policies, are you a fan of the new changes? Will you stick to drugs in the CDL, or will you take drugs that are off-label if your doctor recommends them to you? Let me know in the comments. With that, thank you for coming to the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one.